so there's a slightly concerning trend in the US, which is if you look over the last decade, returns to venture capital have been very varied. So let's say the top quartile of VCs had exceptionally good returns, but the rest of them actually had underperformed, let's say, NASDAQ and NYSE. And that's clearly, not a feat of strength given how well those indices have performed, right? But that's very concerning because ultimately this is a way for us to gauge that there are lots of venture capitalists who are struggling to actually find firms and to make investments that have the high returns that the industry used to have in the 90s, right? So I believe that part of it has to do with a transformation of the industry overall. So what we have seen is that the type of industries that right now are the drivers of growth in the US are probably different from what they were in the 90s, right? So if you think about it, right, a lot of really successful companies are Web 2.0 applications or social media applications where the initial venture money is actually relatively limited that you need. So a $1.2 billion fund as a venture fund, right, will have a tough time making all these tiny Web 2.0 or social media, investments. And then, so in a way, the funds were too big for that segment of the industry, but they were too small for the other big innovation industries that are needed, which is clean tech, right, life sciences, energy generation, because an individual power plant can easily be $1 billion, right? So how do you diversify a fund when each investment is that big? And so I think the VC industry in the US is going through a transformation. And you see this, for example, with super angels becoming more important, right? And at the high, for the industries that are less capital intensive. And at the high end, we see interesting new models that either try to use public-private partnerships or try to use kind of partnerships with more patient and somewhat, other smart money. So if you think about biotech, right, a lot of strategic investment is now by the big pharma companies, right?